I'm Shelly Turner with the BuilderAll team. In this video, I'm going to show you the blueprint and I'm going to show you how to edit the Ask Campaign funnel. So let's go take a look at the blueprint by clicking the Page button, and then I'm going to go to Blueprint and click that. And this is the blueprint for this particular funnel. And the first thing that happens is you send traffic into the funnel. And that traffic might be from Facebook ads, it might be from YouTube ads, or you might be sending them from a different funnel that you have, sending them into this funnel. So when they come in, they're going to land on the Ask page. And this is the beauty of the Ask page. You can ask your people, customers, potential customers, a question, and you get marketing information based on the question or questions that you ask. So this is a way to capture some data that you need to know so that you can make some decisions on marketing or producing your product. For example, if you have a webinar and your webinar usually runs 2 to 3 hours, you may ask a question that has to do with, do you like webinars that are longer than 1 hour? And your customers can answer that question, and then you can make a decision to make those webinars shorter. You can ask a question like, do you like our dresses blue? Explain why. And they can take the time to answer your question. You get that data, and then you can use that data to make product decisions or marketing decisions based on the results. And then once they're done filling out the information and answering the question, then they're sent to a thank you page, and you can use that thank you page as an opportunity to market to them and possibly send them to another funnel. So let's go ahead and jump in and edit and see if we can get this funnel all changed up the way we want it. So I'm going to click the page icon, and I'm going to go to the funnel layout and click the arrow, and I'm there at the first page, which is the home page. And now you'll go ahead and make any changes that you need to make to this page to match the design of your website and the colors. And the most important thing on this is the actual question area right here. So it says ask your question here. You'll type in the question or information about the question, why you're asking the question, what you're going to use the information for, and then your visitor will actually answer the question. And right now we've got one question in there, and it says which feature from your product was your favorite. So your user would answer that question and then submit the answer. So let's go ahead and set it up so that we can change that question and set it up to receive the information. So when I right click that form, it's actually a contact form. So we're going to go to configure first, and we're going to set it so that when we get answers to this question, the answers are going to arrive in our email, and then we can compile that information from there. So I'm going to go to the left-hand side and click Edit. And the first thing I need to do is fill out the email address of where I want the results to go to. So I'm going to use an email address. Then there's a subject line, and we need to set the subject line of the email that's going to come to us to remind us what the information is in this email. Ask Campaign Results. And that means that on my Ask Campaign funnel, the results from the form are being sent to my email. I don't have to choose a list of coupons. That doesn't qualify here. Now I can choose the action taken after this is filled out. So I'm going to click No Action. And remember, where do I want these people to go after they fill out this form? Well, I want them to go to the thank you page. So I'm going to click Page, and then I'm going to click Select, and I'm going to choose Thank You, and then I'm going to click OK. So that's the page they'll go to after they're done filling out the form. And then I'm going to click Confirm. And then right here we've got a success message. If you want to give them a little message that says that their submission was successful, you can click that. And you've got a little bit of space to put in a success message. And then click Confirm. And now they'll get a little success message when they do that. So I'm going to close that because that part's done. And now we need to make sure that we have all the questions on there that we want to ask. So I'm going to right click and I'm going to go to Elements. And right now there's only one question, And that question is which feature from your product was your favorite. And if I want to change anything on there, I can click the edit button. And I can change the information that's in there. So the placeholder field, here's where the actual question is typed in. So you can change where it says your product and put your product name in there. And then I can click confirm. If I want to add a question, I can go down to this blue area right here, and I can click that blue area, and it adds a new row, and inside that row are 2 columns. I'm going to just delete one of those columns because I want 1 column per row. So I'm going to click the little negative sign. And when I click the negative sign, I just click OK, and it will get rid of that column. So now I've got just 1 column in there, and I'm going to add an element into that column. And that element is going to be the next question I want to ask my customers or my potential customers. So I'm going to click the plus button, and that's add element. And now I've got several choices here. I can choose a text field, a URL field, a date field, drop down, radio, range, GDPR checkboxes, a password field, email, another text box, a checkbox, a number field, or a hidden field. So I'm going to choose a text box. There are 2 of them. There's a text field and then one that says just text. Text field is a short text field, so they'd have to come up with a short text answer. If you want a longer answer, more than a certain number of characters, then you would choose the second text field, and that's what I'm going to choose for this form. So I'm going to click text. And now I can actually do a few things, including having the question right here where it says place field holder. So the question I'm going to ask is, what color do you like best on our product? And once I get that question in there, I can choose the height of the field. Right now it's set at 83. If I want a long text answer, I might have to make it a little bit bigger. So I'm going to set it at 100 and then click confirm. And now I've added that new element, and I can click confirm, and you'll see now that I've got it added to the form. It's changed everything a little bit, made the form a little bit larger, so I just need to change the size of this box to be a little bit larger, and then I need to bring down the footer just a little bit. And now we've got everything set exactly the way it needs to be. So we've configured this form completely, and we need to make sure that we click save so we don't lose any of our changes. So I'm going to click the save button. And because this is the first time I'm saving the site, I need to name it and then click send and save. Perfect. And now I've got my form filled out. And the next thing I'm going to do is go to the thank you page and configure that next. So I'm going to click the page icon, go to the little arrow, and choose thank you. And on this page, I've got the option to put a video there. I can change anything on this page I want to. But probably the most important thing is down at the bottom, we've got a call to action button. We've had them fill out some information. We've asked them specific questions. They've answered them. They hit the submit button, and now they're on the thank you page. On the thank you page, we have a unique opportunity. Now that they've spent some time to give us some information, we can now sell them something, a product or a service, and what we can do is put a video here about our product or service, and then this button can be used to allow them to click to go to the funnel that has that product or service. So to do that, we need to put that video there, and we need to configure the button. So I'm going to right click the button, and I'm going to go to action, and here's where I can send them to a page inside this funnel, or I can send them to a website address outside of this funnel, possibly sending them to a brand new funnel. So I'm going to click web address, and then I would just type in the actual web address that I want to send them to and click OK. So that's how you set up your Ask Campaign funnel inside of BuilderAll.